Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Devotions. Pastor Steve here, walking with you in God's Word. And we are in the last chapter of Proverbs, finishing out our daily walk in the Proverbs. Wise sayings, great discipline, and working towards obedience in the way of the Lord. And how beautiful it is to walk together in that. So thanks for joining once again. This is a unique kind of chapter. And the unique chapter is it's really take a turn towards wise women. And it's not unique because it's a bent towards that. It's just there's not too many chapters really going towards women, especially in that culture and that context. And so to have wise women and what that looks like within your home, what that looks like within the kingdom, it's just a beautiful way of just kind of forming and shaping the fullness of the home and of the kingdom and of relationships as we get to have within this wisdom literature. And so it's sayings of King Lemuel. And we have no idea who King Lemuel is. This is kind of an outside Israel sense of who the king is, what the authority is. But this is a saying from, as it says here, oracle of that his mother had taught him. And so we get to see wisdom flowing through mother, wisdom flowing through the role of women, wisdom flowing through relationships and kingdoms and households in regards towards those women. And so let's take on and see to this wisdom that was spoken to King Lemuel in this way, in these first couple verses. Chapter 31 of the Proverbs, verse 1 says, "The sayings of King Lemuel, an oracle his mother taught him. O my son, O son of my womb, O son of my vows, do not spend your strength on women, your vigor on those who ruin kings." And this is really speaking towards do not, as it says here, do not spend your strength on women. Don't exhort your strength and being able to actually gain these women for immoral reasons, but rather because it's going to kind of decimate, and it has throughout generations and generations to come after these things. It does decimate kingships within sexual immorality. So don't spend your strength on women in that way. "It is not for kings, O Lemuel, not for kings to drink wine, not for rulers to crave beer, lest they drink and forget what the law decrees, and deprive all the oppressed of their rights. Give beer to those who are perishing, wine to those who are in anguish. Let them drink and forget their poverty, and remember their misery no more. Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and needy." Epilogue, the wife of noble character. And actually there's a whole company, if you didn't know that, there's a whole company that is devoted towards Proverbs 31, a Proverbs 31 woman. And it just gives the height of this wisdom of how you walk as a woman in that wisdom. So let's walk together in that. Verse 10 of chapter 31, it says, "A wife of noble character, who can find? She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good, not harm, all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax and works with eager hands. She's like the merchant ships, bringing her food from afar. She gets up while it is still dark. She provides for her family and portions for her servant girls. She considers a field and buys it, and out of her earnings she plants a vineyard." It's just talking about this generosity from the heart of this woman. "She sets about her work vigorously. Her arms are strong for her tasks. She sees that her trading is profitable, and her lamp does not go out at night. In her hand she holds the distaff and grasps the spindle with her fingers. She opens her arms to the poor and extends her hands to the needy. When it snows, she has no fear for her household, for all of them are clothed in scarlet." Not only is she generous, but also well prepared and understandable of what is to come in seasons, and being able to guard and protect her family in that way. Verse 22, "She makes coverings for her bed, and she is clothed in fine linen and purple, royalty. Her husband is respected at the city gate, where he takes his seat among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and supplies the merchants with sashes. She is clothed with strength and dignity, She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks with wisdom, and faithful instruction is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed, her husband also, and he praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Give her the reward she has earned, and let her works bring her praise at the city gate. I just want you to see the kind of sandwich of the Proverbs there, being able to speak towards what true wisdom is and what true knowledge and fear of the Lord actually does within that relationship. It brings about that wisdom. It brings about just the person in its genuineness and authenticity. A woman with wisdom, who can compare? Because the wisdom isn't necessarily of how wise she is with her family, how crafty she is within her household, how the reality towards her provision and generosity, or whatever that may look like within her household. No, the wisdom of that woman, the wisdom of man as well, is the fear of the Lord, the awe of the Lord, knowing he is God and we are not. But we serve others as he has served us. There's great wisdom in these Proverbs, great discipline, great obedience. And what is that all funneled towards? A relationship with God. His relationship with you, you in awe of his relationship of grace to you, and to live that out with one another. Wisdom, the wisdom of God, is the fear of the Lord. It just comes right back to him. And us as his children, as his servants, how a joy it is to be able to have that fear and that awe of God and his grace to us, and extend that grace towards one another. There's great wisdom in that. There's great blessings in that. It's the way of the Lord. And to that we say, thanks be to God. Have a blessed day.